Welcome back to episode 4 of the Texans franchise. In this episode, we will take a look at the up-and-coming quarterbacks in the draft and also week 7 where we will play the Las Vegas Raiders. Obviously, the Texans have started the season the worst way possible, and I don't think Stroud will be gone soon, but nobody is safe with the 0-5 team. Headlining the quarterbacks, we have the number 1 quarterback, the gunslinger Garrett Page. Page has a rocket of an arm and decent mobility, being compared to Justin Herbert or even Patrick Mahomes. He looks pro-ready and seems to have no weaknesses at only 22 years old. Page is projected to go first overall in the draft, and teams who need a quarterback are drooling over the possibility at drafting the 6'4", 22-year-old quarterback. The second highest projected QB is Cam Henderson, the 6'2", 231-pound quarterback. Cam is a very strong quarterback with great pocket awareness and speed. Cam is the prototype prospect for a QB that can dominate in play action, on the run, or under pressure. Cameron and Page are the clear top 2 QB prospects at this moment, with either one having the ceiling of the number 1 overall pick. Dre Wilson isn't Page or Henderson, but he is a highly rated QB. Dre is smart with the ball and solid all around, but not a master at anything. The left-handed QB stands at 6'1", mixed with the fact that he's only played football for 4 years, makes Wilson a dangerous player to draft high in the first round. But at just 20 years old and with the IQ of a veteran, Dre might get drafted very high next year. Jonathan Hurts is a very dynamic quarterback. He primarily is good in motion, but depending on the situation, Hurts can be a big-time scrambler or a primarily pocket QB. Jonathan's game has been questioned if it can translate to the NFL, and only time will tell if he can make himself a name. Now for an interesting one. Francisco Alvarez comes from the Dominican Republic. His native language is not actually English. Now why am I telling you this? Well, it's actually a reason for him slipping down mock drafts. After teams realize he doesn't 100% understand English, they look at it like he may not be able to understand all the reads you have to catch in the NFL. Francisco is a great athlete, and some say he can go in the top 15, while some say he's a bust waiting to happen. Calvin Moss was a heavily recruited QB out of high school. Going into college, Calvin had to deal with one of the worst O-lines in college football. Because of this, Calvin is very paranoid in the pocket, looking out for a defender at every chance. Moss has extreme arm talent and accuracy in the pocket, but when he's out of the pocket with pressure, he throws like a 6-rounder. Maybe with the right system, Calvin can become a Hall of Famer. With the wrong coach, he may become a bust early in his career. KJ Simmons out of Yale isn't a scrambling quarterback per se, but his ability to evade sacks is top tier. Simmons doesn't have a big arm, but he's one of the best in the draft at throwing on the run. He has potential, but whether he becomes great is up to his work ethic and the situation he lands in. A couple of years ago, the highest ranked QB out of high school was Quinn Mullen. Now Quinn has fallen to a projected 3 through 5 round draft pick. His play at Indianapolis has been underwhelming to say the least. He's still a great pocket quarterback, and he's still regarded as one of the most pro-ready prospects in the draft. The last quarterback we're going to look at is Otto Cook III. Otto has shown some flashes of great potential, but his accuracies at the college level have been shaky. He does have a cannon for arm, which makes him get cocky and believe he's a top 3 QB in the class. Even though many say he should wait another year to enter the draft, Otto's confidence can make him a potential household name, but possibly for the wrong reasons. And the Texans decide to make a move with the trade deadline approaching. As I said last episode, there was some drama in Washington, and Houston takes advantage. The Texans will trade Davis Mills and a couple of picks for the defensive tackle Daron Payne. I like this trade for us because Payne was ready to leave the Commanders, and we desperately needed help on the D-line, while Washington gets some assets for the future, and Sam Howell was involved in the incident, and he's also not a surefire player. Davis Mills isn't a great young piece, but he is young, and even at worst, he wouldn't be a bad backup in case Howell or Jacoby Brissett get hurt. Now for a matchup with the Las Vegas Raiders. The Texans finally get Dameon Pierce back from IR, and the debut of the new Texan Daron Payne will be this week. After last game versus Jacksonville, Quan Frazzle decided that John Mechie will be benched tonight, and he may see the field, but if he does, it definitely won't be for a long time. Houston versus Raiders may end up being an extremely high scoring game, with Las Vegas having one of, if not the best wide receiver in Davante Adams, and the reigning rushing leader Josh Jacobs. On defense, they have great edge pressure from Max Crosby, Chandler Jones, and Tyree Wilson. But with Tank Dell cleared to play, hopefully we can take advantage of the weak secondary. Playing in Las Vegas against a 3-2 team is going to be difficult. Houston is going to have to need a total team effort to have a shot against a team trying to be contenders. Las Vegas will start with the ball, and Jimmy G, who signed with the Raiders this offseason, has not been playing well to start the year. On his first throw, Jimmy completes it to Renfrow for a first down. After Houston was playing good defense, Davante Adams makes a huge catch and run for 37 yards to convert the third down. The next play, Jimmy G at the 25-yard line, and he throws it and intercepted by Steven Nelson. A big stop by Houston. And CJ Stroud will get the ball back after the great pressure from Sheldon Rankins and Jerry Hughes to force the interception. At nearly midfield, CJ Stroud on third down is able to connect with Schultz on a difficult throw to convert on a needed play. On another third down, Stroud will hand it off, and welcome back to Houston, Dameon Pierce. A big conversion on third down once again. After Max Crosby sacks Stroud, CJ Stroud is able to hit Schultz in the middle of the field. Schultz has both of Stroud's completions so far. And on the 2-yard line, Dameon Pierce will get the touchdown. In his 2023 debut, Dameon Pierce hasn't run efficiently, but he does cap off the drive with 6 points. Josh Jacobs will get the handoff to start the drive, and he runs through men and gets a gain of 19 on the first play of the drive. At the 41-yard line, Josh Jacobs will get the handoff, and nobody is near him, and Jimmy Ward can't catch him. Touchdown, Josh Jacobs. A 41-yard touchdown for the reigning rushing leader. Houston's run defense still looking as soft as ever. Stroud is going to need to simply outscore Las Vegas. On 3rd and 8, Houston looking to convert on another third down, and CJ Stroud goes deep for Woods. What a catch by Woods, and what a throw by Stroud. An extremely tight window, and he somehow gets it through for the third down conversion. Dameon Pierce seems to add a new dynamic to this Texans offense, Quan Frazzle being able to capitalize on the extra pressure Pierce puts on defenses. On 2nd and 6, Stroud tosses to Pierce in a wide open lane. Touchdown number 2 for Dameon Pierce. It's incredible how much smoother this offense is running when it isn't just Stroud having to make plays for Houston. On 1st down, Jimmy G eyeing Davante Adams all the way down. He gets popped by Denzel Perryman. Now on the very next play, Jimmy G once again eyeing Adams, and what a catch and what a route by the future Hall of Fame receiver. Now in the red zone, Josh Jacobs once again for the handoff, and touchdown number 2 for Jacobs. This running back duel is looking elite right now for fantasy owners. Stroud hasn't had to throw anywhere near as much as what he usually does. On 3rd and 4 at the 40, Stroud is looking deep down the field, but it'll be incomplete. Stroud's first incompletion of the game after getting 10 straight. After the 2-minute warning, Fairbairn easily drills the 57-yard field goal to make it 17-14. At the 47-yard line with about a minute left in the half in record-breaking time, Steven Nelson gets cooked by Davante Adams for a deep touchdown. The Raiders haven't had a long drive the entire game, while Houston has had to convert on a third down every drive. On the first play of the Texans drive, Houston has been known to be good with no time left. And Tank Dell with a big catch of 50 yards. Tank Dell hasn't had a big catch for big yardage all game, but you have to learn to not press up on the rookie star, Tank Dell. Even with the field positioning after the catch, Houston doesn't score it in the half, surprisingly. And Houston is still down 21-17 in a high-scoring first half. This game has lived up to the hype of being a shootout, and after Jimmy G threw a pick on the first drive, Houston starts with the ball now. On 3rd and 11, Chandler Jones blindsides CJ Stroud to get the sack. Now Houston is in a dangerous position, needing the defense to get a stop or it might be game over. And Will Anderson finally is able to stop Josh Jacobs from getting a big gain every run. Jimmy G now on 2nd and 8, play action, and nobody is near Davante. Houston scared the run so much they leave one of the best receivers wide open for a touchdown. On 5 wide, CJ Stroud drops back deep, and he's able to connect with old reliable Dalton Schultz for the first. A corner was screaming off the edge right at Stroud, and he's still able to connect with the tight end. Someone who hasn't gotten a lot of looks today is Robert Woods. He's able to get the first down with a nice out route to bring Houston to the 18. CJ Stroud in play action, and the tight end Brevin Jordan is in for the touchdown. Great play call by the coach Quan Frazzle Bingleton. Las Vegas hasn't seen Houston run a lot of play action tonight, and they get caught off guard for the tutty. Houston not able to get the 2-point, now with Garoppolo at the 44-yard line. Houston blitzes and they get the sack. Las Vegas push back to 2nd and 17 now. On 3rd and 3, it's a handoff for Josh Jacobs and he's upended by the cornerback Desmond King. And after that, Las Vegas will end up kicking the 51-yard field goal to go up 31-23 versus Houston. The 0-5 Texans actually have a chance to tie up the game now. With under 10 minutes left in the 4th, Dameon Pierce gets the handoff and a big run for Pierce again. In his season debut, he now has over 100 rushing yards and 2 tutties. On 2nd and 10, Houston looking to pass and Stroud has a man, once again the rookie Tank Dell for the first down and more. On 2nd and 5, Stroud looks to run, stops on a dime, and it's the tight end Dalton Schultz for the catch. What a play by Stroud to stop right before passing the line of scrimmage. A big play on 3rd and inches at the 1. CJ Stroud in max protect, throws left side, and it's Tank Dell. What a catch. He grabs it with the rookie safety Chris Smith right on him. And the refs don't give Houston the touchdown, but they do get a fresh pair of downs. Biggest play of the game, 1st and goal, and Las Vegas parts like the Red Sea. Touchdown number 3 for the sophomore Dameon Pierce. On the 2-point, Woods is on an island and is intercepted by Harmon. The game isn't over, but that would have been huge if Houston was able to tie the game right there. Now Houston is down. They cannot allow a touchdown right here. On 2nd and 2, Raiders in 5 wide. Quick throw, nearly picked off by Petrie. That would have been clutch to get that. But now on 3rd down, Jacobs will run it. And it is a huge stop by Houston. A quick 3 and out by the Raiders. Now Houston controls their destiny. Can they win their first game of the season? Dameon Pierce once again on the ground. What a run by Pierce. A career day for Dameon Pierce. And Houston needed that extra spark tonight. On 2nd down, it's a play action, and Dalton Schultz is wide open. Great pass by Stroud. Awful defense by Las Vegas. On the following play, Stroud looking. He's going to take off. Crosby right behind him, and that's a risky play by Stroud, but it ends up working out. Houston is now in the red zone. It's clear Quan Frazzle doesn't want a field goal. He's going for the end zone. Pierce on the draw, and Pierce is playing out of his mind tonight. This is exactly what the Texans needed coming out of the bye week. On 2nd and goal, Stroud can't find anyone, and Stroud outruns Crosby for the touchdown. Max Crosby has been everywhere tonight for Las Vegas, but Stroud is able to find a way for the end zone. A long drive by Houston will end in a PAT. There's still the 2-minute warning and 3 Raider timeouts though. Houston has a way to go until they win the game. With the 2-minute warning over, Raiders on 2nd down. Jimmy G looks for Adams again. Pick is intercepted. It's Shaquille Griffin for the interception. What a comeback by Shaquille Griffin. Devontae's having a fantastic night, and Griffin is able to get the interception one-on-one with Devontae Adams. Now all Houston needs to do is waste the clock out, and oh my goodness, Dameon Pierce. I didn't know he had this type of performance in him. Las Vegas is simply not ready for this elite performance on the ground by Pierce. Him being out for so long had teams forgetting the young talent Houston had in the vault. On 3rd and 9, Robert Woods over the middle, and that might be game. No more timeouts for Las Vegas. And yep, that will do it. Houston has finally won their first game of the season. Now Las Vegas will fall to 3-3 after the frustrating upset loss. CJ Stroud was very efficient for Houston. Not bad, not awful. Finishing with 1 passing and rushing touchdown. Jimmy G touchdown to interception ratio is now 6-6 on the season. Dameon Pierce had a classic performance tonight, tearing apart the Raiders defense, and give some props to Houston's O-line as well. They were able to give Pierce a lot of running room, and also Tank Dell played solid. He converted a lot of 3rd downs and had that big 50-yard catch to end the first half. Devontae Adams was dominant for Las Vegas, but that final drive where Jimmy G threw a pick is all anyone will remember. Houston can now officially say they are no longer winless. Pretty much everybody on Houston played good. The new addition of Deron Payne, he did have some good stops for Houston. And even the defense as a whole made a huge stop when they were down 31-29 to stop Jacobs from getting the first down. Now for the rival watch, the Titans fall to Indy 38-35. Even though Ryan Tannehill played great and Anthony Richardson struggled with 3 interceptions, for the first time all year, Derrick Henry got completely outclassed in the running back duel, and the Colts are looking to win the division. The Jags narrowly win against the Giants, making Tennessee the only AFC South team to not win this week. Even with T-Law not scoring a single touchdown, Trayvon Walker ended the game with a walk-off sack on Daniel Jones to end the night. Around the league, a team on fire is the Baltimore Ravens. After having drama about whether they would re-sign Lamar Jackson, they have been a force after 7 weeks, going 6-1 and having one of the best rushing attacks and defenses in the league. Lamar isn't MVP Lamar, but this is the closest we've seen. Baltimore looks like real contenders so far. While the New England Patriots are having a disastrous season. In fact, New England actually has a worse record than Houston. Being 1-6, the Patriots are looking to draft Garrett Page or Cam Henderson in the draft, or maybe they might keep Mac Jones and get supporting pieces. And that would be it, folks. Thank you for watching. I appreciate the support. I hope you enjoyed. If you do, like and subscribe. And check out the link in the description if you want to create a player to join the Discord. And my Fiverr is there if you want to see a graphic or make your own or have me make your own graphic. And that would be it. Thank you. Peace.